Join us, leave your field to flower. Join us, leave your cheese to sour. Join us, come and waste an hour or two. We've got magic to do just for you. Welcome to Studio Tenn Talks. I am Patrick Cassidy, and I am the Artistic Director for Studio Tenn. It is so great to be here tonight. First off, I want to give a shout out to everybody. Last night we were supposed to premiere this show, and we had to cancel because there were some severe storms here in Middle Tennessee, in Nashville, in Franklin, where I live. I mean, it was wind like you haven't seen or felt. It was thunder. It was so much lightning, and there were trees were uprooted, power lines were down. It was really horrendous, and I want to give a shout out and pray that everybody is doing okay. And since then, and because it was really difficult. In fact, Susan Egan, our guest, she lost her power, and then our producer lost his power. So we said, look, we're gonna cancel tonight. We're gonna postpone for tomorrow night, and I think they're expecting storms tonight too, but hopefully it won't be as bad. And anyway, it's just so great to be here. I it's funny. I'm looking at myself. I haven't got a haircut for I can't remember when. I'm starting to look like a combination of Anderson Cooper and Danny Zuko in Grease. I'm in need of a haircut. People ask me all the time, what was it like growing up in my family? In a full show business family, because literally every single person around my dinner table is and was in show business. You had to take a number to get mirror time in my house. It was that bad. And my brothers were huge teen idols, and now Sean is a big executive producer, and my brother Ryan. My brother Ryan doesn't get talked about it because he's an actor, but the truth is he's been in the business for 30 years, working on sets as a set decorator and set design. And I want to give a shout out, a belated happy birthday to my niece Megan. I love you, Megan. Happy belated birthday one day. And then, of course, my dad, you can see by the caricature, he was a Broadway, huge Broadway star, movie star, and he was nominated several times for Tonys. He won for She Loves Me. We'll talk about that later. And then my mother. Now, for those of you who don't know, my mother is Shirley Jones, okay? If you're a soprano, you better know who she is. My mother is iconic. She did 3 of the biggest movie musicals ever. At 18 years old, she played Lori in Oklahoma. And then she went on to play Julie in the motion picture musical of Carousel. And then she went on to play Marion the Librarian in the movie musical of The Music Man, which they tell me I was conceived on. And that's a whole other story. It's theater lore. It's family lore in our family. So, and she's an Academy Award winner. But one of the things that I don't know if people know, she is one of the most iconic mothers in television ever. On Friday nights at 8 and 8:30, it was the Brady Bunch and then the Partridge Family. And my mother was Shirley Partridge. Now, when I was in school, you get a lot of attention when you grow up in a family where everybody's in show business. And when I was in school, I'd be at my desk, I'd be sitting in class, and this guy was next to me, and he said, hey, Pat, I just want you to know, your mom is my mom. And I went, what? No, look, no, she's my mother. And no, Pat, your mom is my mom. Every Friday night at 8:30, she becomes my mom. And I said, teacher, can you move me? Can you move my desk over here? And that's what it was like. It was my mother, wonderful, warm, gracious human being, came into everybody's living room at 8:30 on Friday nights and became their mom. And I just want to give a shout out to you, Mom, because I know you're watching. And I love you. Stay safe. My mom is 86 now, and she lives with her assistant, Donnie, in the house, and she's staying inside, and that's awesome. And I miss you. So, I want to talk a little bit about Studio Tenn for 1 second, what we did this week. So tonight, we are going to announce the winners, both second and first place of our virtual musical theater contest. It was so incredible. For the last month, we have been getting submissions from so many different people, kids and families, parents, siblings, their friends. And I got to tell you, guys, the submissions that we received were amazing. You would have thought they produced these at Disney. They were, I mean, they built sets in their bedrooms, in their living rooms, in their kitchens. One family actually built a set in their kitchen and they put the quarantine cafe. Incredible. Then they chose costumes, very elaborate costumes with jewelry and hats and feathers and and makeup to go with those costumes. Multiple of props, multiple and locations and camera work that followed people through a house. I mean, accents using their dogs and cats. It was truly, I mean, we were overwhelmed and so many submissions. And we're going to show some of them tonight. I'm going to announce the winners, both, like I said, for second and first place at the end of the show. And we're going to show some on Friday for a special night of Studio Tenn Talks. This Friday night, 7 o'clock, where we're going to do tribute to the winners. We're going to show videos, and hopefully we're going to talk to some people. So that's for Friday, so put that in your schedule. Now, without further ado, I want to talk to you. I want to introduce, okay, she is best known for playing Belle in the original production on Broadway of Disney's Beauty and the Beast, for which she received a Tony nomination and a Drama Desk nomination. She did Sally Bowles in Cabaret with Adam Pascal, who's going to be on Sunday's show. She is what else? I have to go to Broadway. She played what was that show that I forgot? I'm blanking. Millie in Thoroughly Modern Millie. She has done numerous concerts, over 400 with symphonies all across the country. She's done like 40 recordings, including 7 of her own CDs. She's done things on television. And her animation work is absolutely amazing. She has done so many recordings, but the one that I love the most, and we're going to talk about that too, is Meg in Hercules. Right? Do you remember this person? Remember this person? No chance, no way, I won't say it, no. We're all so in love with Miss Susan Egan, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello. You are.
That is the funniest intro I've ever had, Patrick. Cheers! Look at studio.
Cheers to you. You got your Studio Tenn. Let's see that. Oh my God.
I got my own swag.
You are so good. Thank you. It is so great to have you here. Thank you so much for doing this. Tell me about, I know last night your power went out.
Yes.
Right? Is that what happened?
We had, to set this up, we had done like a test run on Saturday to make sure the technology would work. And then that storm was literally 5 minutes. And in 5 minutes, these 70-mile-per-hour winds whipped around Nashville and took down trees, which took down power lines. And that's it. They actually said it's the most power loss they've had in Nashville history. And
yeah.
Telling us it could be like 2 weeks before we get power back. But like, you have amazing siblings, right? Your brothers. I have an amazing sister whose apartment was not affected. And so here I am at Liz's.
Oh, you're in your sister's apartment.
That's Wi-Fi.
What's your sister's name?
Liz.
Thank you, Liz. We appreciate you. All over Nashville now. We all appreciate Liz.
Totally. She's the best.
So good to see you. You look beautiful. You know, I was looking, I've forgotten just how much, I've known you a long time, and I've forgotten how much you've done. You've done every single genre of our business. You have done it all. You've covered it all.
Lucky, like you. I mean, the two of us, right?
Except I haven't gotten to do the animation voices.
Yet.
Well, so let's talk about that for a minute, because one of the things about having like yourself a friend, I mean, I know you over 20 years, and having you on the show is I get to ask things that maybe you and I only have in common because of our friendship and things we've done in the business, people we've worked with. And one of the things, I think I might have told you this, was I got so close to being the speaking voice and the singing voice for Hercules.
You're kidding me.
No, I got, in fact, I mean, it's the one that got away. They put me on what's it called, DAT? They put you on a DAT? Is that what it's called?
Yes. Yeah.
They put me on DAT. Alan Menken was there, and they recorded my speaking voice doing a bunch of the dialogue, and they recorded my singing voice, and I sang a song that I think ended up getting cut from the movie called "And You See a Shooting Star.
Shooting Stars. That's right. Yes, that was,
Well,
that was going to be his song. Yeah.
and they cut that, or they didn't cut. Well, they cut it, and I sang that. I read the scene, and the singing voice went to Roger Park.
It did.
The speaking voice went to Tate Donovan. Is that right?
That's right, Tate
Yeah.
Donovan.
So that would have been my chance to get to work. What was that experience like?
It was amazing. And you know what's funny about it is that I was doing Beauty and the Beast for the Disney company. Again, a lot of the same players, because it was another Alan Menken score. And so people thought I was a shoo-in for Meg for their next animated feature. But unlike you, they wouldn't let me audition because they really felt like, I guess I was capturing the essence of Belle, and Belle and Meg are very different. Belle is kind-hearted, trades her life for her father's, you know, courageous. Meg is sarcastic, string a bad boyfriend, sells her soul to the devil. But she was likened after those 1930s, 1940s fast-talking dames like Barbara Stanwyck, Betty Davis, Joan Crawford, Lauren Bacall. And I'm obsessed with those movies. And I think just to shut me up, they finally let me audition, and I ended up booking it. So lucky, so completely lucky.
Well, you're so amazing in it. You know, I was telling you that song. Wow, that song. It's getting to sing. We were talking, you know, earlier about those singers. Who were those background singers?
Okay. That song was amazing. First of all, they wrote a different song for Meg. It was a typical Alan Menken soaring ballad. It was a beautiful song. I can't believe my heart is saying don't resist him. Like, it's this beautiful, very Belle, very aerial song. And it wasn't working when they were animating. And they finally, Alan Menken and Ken Duncan, who is the lead animator for Meg, they're like, Meg would never, ever sing about being in love. She's like the queen of denial. And that's when they went, right. And they wrote that song, which is all about denial. And so then I'm in the studio with Roz Ryan and Lilius White and Cheryl Freeman, LaShawn, Denise Thomas. And it's like they were the coolest Broadway singers you can imagine. And they're just all these vocal gymnastics. And we get to the end of the song and Alan says, okay, Sue, so just take a riff to the last note. And I'm like, Mr. Menken, can you come in here and, I don't know, teach me the riff? And he's like, are you kidding me right now? I'm like, I'm so kidding you. And he comes in and he sits down at the piano. He's like, I don't know, ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, and then it took me about 30 minutes to like, whoa, 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 whoa. And finally, you know, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I finally recorded it. And Lilius is just, who is still a dear friend, she's just like, you know.
I know. And let me tell you
so white and so square.
Do you sing? I mean, to sing in the same room with Lilius White, I've been with her before, and you're right.
And LaShawn is still a dear friend. All of them are friends. And yeah, I love them all. But here's what I always thought. I got to be in the room when they were recording other things too. So like I was one of 5 people in the room when they were recording Zero to Hero and all the, and I just thought someday this has to be a live musical because everybody needs to hear this music live. They need to hear these gospel harmonies and just these women wailing. And you know, finally last year in New York, they did a live production that I'm hoping will go. And then this week they announced that they're going to do a live action movie. So
it's great. It's great. So I'm getting a couple questions. I'm going to filter you some questions from here to time. So this one comes from, I'm not sure, but it says, how old were you when you started acting?
I actually came to it very late. I started out figure skating. And when I decided to stop skating, I had a lot of time to fill up and I had taken a lot of ballet. And so I tried out for the school musical in high school. So I really started getting into this like as a freshman in high school. Did a lot of community theater. I went to UCLA and kept doing community theater. Made my equity card just like you, Patrick, at the St. Louis Muni my sophomore year of college. Yeah. So I came to it a little bit like a lot of kids are. You know, I never played Annie. I never did, you know, any of those kid roles. I was. You
went right to Belle. You went right to Belle.
Yes, I just did Belle. No, I mean about 10 years before I got that. So yeah. I mean, I started at 14, I got Belle and debuted on Broadway at 24. So again, super lucky.
Amazing. You know, we've gotten to work with a lot of similar people. I know that you did Beauty and the Beast with Terry Mann, with Terrence Mann.
And you did Assassins with Terry.
Yeah, Terry and I did Assassins together. He's amazing. Terrence Mann is one of, if not the charmingest people. The most charming person I've ever met. That man is amazing.
And, you know, that was my first experience on Broadway. And to walk into that, this is very Disney. 6 months before we started rehearsal, Terry and I shot the commercial. So my first time really meeting him after the audition where we read together was for this commercial shoot. And I mean, he was the original Javert in Les Mis. He was the original in Cats. Like, he was an icon, and I was so nervous. And he could not have been more welcoming, more charming. He became my big brother and just took me under his wing and took care of all things in that production for me. Just like paved the way, a true prince.
He's incredible. And then, of course, you know, next Sunday, we have Adam Pascal.
I know.
And Adam and you did Cabaret together on Broadway.
Yeah. So I did Cabaret for a year. Then I left for 2 years. I was doing a sitcom. And then they asked if I would come back at the end. And I got to play with Adam, who I had admired because, you know, Beauty and the Beast opened in '94 and Rent opened the very next year. And I was obsessed with that entire cast. And was so excited for the chance to work with Adam and to become, you know, good friends. And he was an amazing MC in Cabaret. One of the incredible.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to saying. I've known, you know, as artistic director in California, I put him in The Music Man, and he said early in his career, and I'm going to call him on this, I will never do The Music Man. That's not me. Well, sure enough, I cast him as Harold Hill, so he's going to eat his words. But
I love it.
So we're getting. Here's another question. It says, "Oh, Brad, this is a question for Brad, whose daughter just loves Steven Universe.
Oh my goodness."
How did you come about playing Rose Quartz?
So, and you can attest to this, Patrick, sometimes jobs come in the weirdest ways to you. I really wasn't doing much. I've been doing concerts since I left New York about, I guess 12 years ago. I started doing concerts full-time with symphonies. And it had been a while since I'd done anything animated, but my agent called and said, there's this show on Cartoon Network called Steven Universe, and it's their last episode of the first season. And there's a character and only has one line, but they're wondering if you would come in and do it. And they think it may recur in season 2. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I mean, I've never done anything for Cartoon Network. What am I doing? Sure, I'll go. And I met Rebecca Sugar, who's the showrunner and the creator of Steven Universe. And she was a fan of Hercules. And so, you know, I'm significantly older. She was probably 7 when Hercules came out. I played a character named Tiny Floating Whale, which the next season turned into Rose Quartz, who was Steven's mother, and this pivotal character who recurred every once in a while. He wasn't in a ton of episodes, but the themes of the story revolved around her. And then about halfway through the series, there's a huge reveal that I'm no spoiler alert here, I won't say it. Rose turns into somebody else. And my Twitter feed exploded, like with hate tweets. It was amazing. People are so passionate about it. I'm like, I'm just an actress who had a job. But anyway, Steven Universe is one of the most remarkable things I've ever been a part of. Rebecca's incredible. She is just so full of love and paving the way for our culture to sort of evolve. And she did it through the mythology of that cartoon and that series.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I want to ask you just about, do you remember when we met?
Yeah. Okay. So we've done so many things together. I'm thinking it was at our voice teacher's house, Eric Vitro. Is that right?
Yeah. He was the first to introduce us. And I mean, I knew really who you were. I was very shy and very, humbled to meet you. And then I got to sing with you. And then you did your cabaret act. I don't know where it was, but I was sort of debuting. I had never done that medium before. And I'd kind of written this.
It's really intimidating to be yourself. Like you and I to be other people. Like we didn't want to be us, right?
Oh, yeah, you can hide behind a character. You know, I could hide behind Gaston or whatever character I was playing. But to be Patrick in front of an audience and tell stories that are real, that was hard. And I remember I did mine, and you went first. I can't remember, but you were so kind to me, and you gave me such, I said, was I okay? And it's, no, you said you were great. You said, flesh this out. It's a great thing for you about your family and stuff. And you were so kind to me. Well, then cut to, a year and a half ago, when I had taken over the job as the artistic director for 5-Star Theatricals, you were going to reprise your role as Belle in Beauty and the Beast. It was going to be my first show. And then I premiered my new show, which was called, Just Another Family Tree, about growing up in this family. And you sang with me. You sang Till There Was You from The Music Man. And you were so amazing. And I thought how it had come full circle. And then
in front of your mom. Oh.
Yeah.
Nobody
I hear you.
like she does. Oh, good Lord.
It's funny. I've done The Music Man 5 times, 3 times with her, and every girl who plays Marion says the same thing. I got to sing this in front of your mother. I mean, how are we going to get through that?
She is the Marion. She's an icon. You know this.
She is. So tell me about. I want to talk about. Do you remember? This is funny. So when I took over as artistic director right when Beauty and the Beast was going to be my first show, but it was cast, you were cast, it was like, great. And our executive director called you and asked you, so listen, we're going to have a change of the guard of artistic director, and I want to tell you who it is. Now, according to her, and I was there, I was standing there, I was next to her, and she said, it's Patrick Cassidy. And there was a pause. Do you remember what you said?
I quit. No, I'm kidding. No.
It was like, it was
fantastic. So with a setup like that, I might have done like a sarcastic comment.
It was brilliant, right? This is what it was. It's Patrick Cassidy. You went, there was a pause, and you went, "You've made a horrible mistake."
I'm so sorry. I am terrible. So this is why I was cast as Meg, Patrick. So like they auditioned for Meg because they thought I was Belle. And then the moment I auditioned for Meg, they're like, Susan, I go, I've been trying to tell you guys, like when I'm Belle, I'm acting. Meg is right where I live. I know.
Right.
Sarcasm was the first thing I ever taught my children. It's terrible.
No. Look, I took it as I love you too.
I love you so much. Oh my
God.
God.
Another question. This comes from Abby. She says, how important is an equity card to a new actor?
Yeah, not important. I say get as much experience, build that resume up with as many things as you possibly can before you even try for your equity card, because you can't go back the other direction. I think what really helped me was I did school musicals, I did community theater, I did children's theater, I did everything I possibly could. I got as much stage time as possible. If you think about pilots, they got to have 10,000 flight hours before they can become pros. And right. I think actors should do the same thing, because even if your production is community theater or Broadway, doesn't matter. The audiences are the very same people, and they will teach you what is working and what is not working.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so
true.
Getting that experience in front of people, in front of the public, helps you hone your craft like you can't believe.
That's right. No, you're right. And it's working your way up that ladder and just building those chops. I agree. I have to say this because I was thinking about, so I want to talk about the princesses because as you know, you've gotten to this. So of the princesses that you have not gotten to play, which one would you like to play the most? And which one are you the most like? Okay, so I'm not age appropriate for any of them. Probably Rapunzel, because she's so neurotic and she's hilarious with that frying pan. And also right.
Ryder is definitely the cutest of all the guys. I love how she escapes from the tower and she's like, best day ever. I'm a terrible daughter. Like she so needs therapy that I just adore her. But I have to say, I think I want to be a villain, Patrick. Like, I think I want to be Mother Gothel.
Really?
Yes.
More fun. They're probably more
fun. Oh, yeah.
Although Meg is fun too, because now I'm going to turn the question. I'm going to have you ask me this question, which is, of all the princesses and or heroines, right? which one do you think that Patrick would most want to date?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm supposed to ask Patrick of
Well,
all.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
Me
But
to answer for you?
which one do you, which of all the Disney princesses or the heroines, which one do you think I would
Well, I
most
know
want to
you're
date?
right, so I'm gonna say Esmeralda.
Oh, it's ding, 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 ding. Yes, very good. Meg too. I love Meg, but I tend to I like the bad girl a little bit. I like.
Yeah, she's so smart. She's so mischievous, but she's also a dancer.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's see. Do we have another question? No. So I was thinking about all. What would you say in theater? Oh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the theater. Where do you think we are with the theater these days?
Okay, so these are very interesting times. I don't know when Broadway is going to come back. That's up to New York Governor Cuomo. And when we do come back, are we going to be social distancing? Like, are they going to sell every other seat? You know, it's a question for you too, as artistic director. What's it going to look like for us to come back? And then I also feel like this creative community that you and I are a part of, it's been amazing and uplifting watching the creative solutions that these artists are coming up with, like Studio Tenn Talks, finding the audience, feeding that creativity to the audience in new ways. But I don't know, theater's very, very scary. You know, my husband's in the live performance side of things as a producer in the comedy world. And we just don't know what concerts are going to be like coming back. Like it's going to be the last thing to come back. And are people going to feel safe going? Is it going to monetize enough to produce these shows? It's scary times.
Oh, we're losing you a little bit. Let's see.
Oh no.
We're having a little bit of a thing. But there you are. There you are. You just
So sorry. I was just saying, I don't know what it's going to look like. It's a little bit of scary times, but I'm hopeful.
Yeah, us too. And you're right. On staff meetings, I talk about this with the staff all the time of how we're going to do it, how we're going to come back. But something, what you said is very true. I do believe that theater is everybody in theater is so creative. Everybody in theater is bonded together like I've never seen. That's what the theater is. And the ideas that are being put forth and how we're going to face this together and how we're going to continue to put content out there, whether it be like a talk show like this, whether it be, we're talking about stuff doing outside, we're talking about the social distancing, how far we're talking about doing stuff with people in cars. They come in their car, just like an old drive-in, you watch stuff live. We're really looking at all this and the best way, because that's what we want to do. We want to give back, all these incredibly talented people like yourself. The people that are doing this show that said, Patrick, I'll do anything for you. Emily Skinner's going to be on, and Norm Lewis is going to be on, yourself. And all these are just, they said, whatever you need, because that's what people in the theater do. They step forward, they come together, and they make magic, And
I applaud what you're doing. You're pulling the community in too, with the competition and these amazing videos that people submitted, and just, it brings such joy. And I will also say that theater is not something that can ever be replaced by computers or outsourced or anything. At some point, human nature needs to gather together for storytelling, and we'll be.
That's right. Let me give you, I have a couple more questions. So they said, this is from Lisa, it says, any tips on making the jump between working in community theater as a dancer to auditioning for a professional company?
Okay, so that jump is just a matter of location. I mean, I think at some point you have to go hit the auditions in New York and see how you fare there. If you're working wherever you are, you're gonna be fine. You've got to go, because even the regional theaters, they all audition out of New York as well. And so being there allows you to audition for every regional theater in the country, just about, in addition to the New York produced shows. So I think you just have to take a bit of a leap of faith and go for it.
I 100% agree. This is from Jamie. It says, what is the best way to determine a good fit with a voice teacher? How do you know if it's time to find a new one?
Got it. You can answer that for yourself. So we've got two voices in our head. We've got that one that's like, no, you do look fat in those pants. Okay, that's the critic.
Why do you think I stopped being an actor?
We're shooting her up. And then there's that quieter voice, that self-doubt critic voice that's like, you'll never do this. It's awfully loud and it's awfully persuasive sometimes. But if you don't feed it, you don't push it away. You let it come in. You're like, yes, yes, yes. Like, like that uncle at Thanksgiving that you disagree with everything. You just nod and say, because you know that he'll be gone after the holiday. So that's that voice. That's how you treat that voice. In one ear, out the other. And when you start doing that, you'll start hearing that other inner voice. And that one is your instinct. And it's going to tell you, you know what, wear this dress, not that one at the audition. Sing this song, not that one. And it's going to be the one that says, I don't know, I'm not quite understanding what this voice teacher is saying, or maybe I've learned as much as I can learn from this voice teacher and it's time to move on. Teaching voice is a very abstract thing. You have to explain it to people using analogies. You're going up the scale and it's like walking up tiny little stair steps. Maybe that analogy works for you, or maybe you're going, huh? So you have to keep looking until you find the teacher whose articulation of technique speaks to you. And you should immediately notice differences when you work with a voice teacher. If you're not immediately getting differences and improvements, move on to the next one and don't feel bad. It's okay.
I agree. And I think that holds true for all teachers. I mean, it holds. If you don't connect with a good therapist, you don't get healthy.
That's right.
It's part of, anybody in a teaching position, So we're going to go to your clip. I want to show your clip. But before that, we have one more question. This is from Danny Anderson. Danny Anderson is our friend. He's on our board. He says, when is Susan going to perform for Studio Tenn?
Oh my gosh. Actually.
Yes, I know. We can't, but that is a yes. We are.
Yeah.
We are going to perform, but we can't say it. So I think now is a great time. I want to go to this clip of you, and I know you did this in the house, and I know it's the song As Meg, but why don't you set this up for us?
Okay, so Disney's been at the forefront of creating content during this pandemic, and maybe some of you have seen the Disney sing-along on ABC. They're going to do another one, by the way. So this is part of that campaign, and they reached out to me asking if I would record my song from Hercules. But of course, we know it's not a solo. It's really a duet between Meg and the Muses. And so I pulled in, I have a company called Broadway Princess Party with Laura Osnes, who is Broadway's original Cinderella, Brittany Reed, who's Broadway's original Jasmine, Benjamin Rauhala is our magical fairy, god fairy, and musical director, and Adam J. Levy is our prince. And I'm like, okay, guys, do you have a white sheet at home? Can you put it on? Do you want to be some muses? And so everybody recorded at their houses. Benji threw it all together onto a video. We sent it off to Disney and they're like, it's exactly what we wanted. So here it is.
Great.
Hi everybody, Susan Egan here, Broadway's original Belle in Disney's Beauty and the Beast and the voice of Megara in Disney's animated feature Hercules. And like you, I am stuck at home. All because of Hades, two little minions. You know the guys, Pain and Pandemic. The hardest part is how much I miss hanging out with my friends Benjamin and Laura and Courtney and Adam. Although come to think of it, they do pry into my personal life a lot, so at least I don't have to deal with that. Am I right? Stay home. Stay safe. It's been a real slice.
So in love. Yes, I'm so in love. You're in love. Oh my God.
Another shout out. Can I do another shout out? My sister filmed that for me.
Oh my God.
It was like backwards. We blocked it. We figured it out. I mean, yeah.
That was incredible. I'm telling you, it's going to be, the question is going to be going off the head. That was amazing, Susan.
Thank you. We tried to match like some of the shots from the movie. Like that's what some of the jokes were. Like anyway, we tried to frame up some.
And by the way, I know you talked. When you said earlier that you're too old to play this. You're not too old to play anybody. You could play Meg right now. You could play Belle as you did last 2 summers ago. You could play, and if you want to play Rapunzel, it's yours. Just start.
No filters. If everybody has a filter over their eyes, maybe. No, it's okay. I'm happy. I turned 50 this year, Patrick.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was a long time ago, but
Yes, you are significantly older.
Yes, significantly. It's funny, but I never felt any difference. Everybody said when I turned 40, nothing. When I turned 45, when I turned 50, I felt nothing. It was when I hit 55. That was a weird number. Maybe it was because I got, I went to the movies and I got the senior citizen price, and it was weird, but that was a weird number. And now we passed that. I feel better again.
My husband and you are the same age, and it's like he said the exact same thing. He's like, when that AARP thing came in the mail, he's like, no.
That's a big neon sign of here we are. I want to do a little thing. I think we're gonna do a little sing together. What do you say?
I love it.
I thought that and we'll say, I'll do a few more questions as they come in, but I thought that we should as a little tribute to my mom, and one of the things like we said that when I did my show, you came on, so you were so beautiful. You came and you did a cameo, and you came and you did the show, and you sang this song to me or with me, and it is the song that my mother sang to Robert Preston on the footbridge in The Music Man, and it's a song called "Till There Was You." And I'm going to give you a note. We're going to do this in E, right?
Yep.
Okay, so C, D, oh, and this thing went off. Hold on, here we are. One more time. I'm having a technical problem with my piano. Hold on, here it comes. Oh, there we are. Okay, C, D. Okay, here we are. Ready?
Ready? There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all. Till there was you.
There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. No, I never saw them at all till there was you.
And there was music, and there were wonderful roses, they tell me, in sweet, fragrant meadows of dawn and dew.
There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all.
Till there was
Oh, well done. That's hard. I think we did.
Cassidy's. Oh, I'm gonna faint.
That one was. Oh yeah. Remember, I'm a lot older than you. We have one more question to you. It says, this is from Cameron. It says, any advice on figuring out what type CDs see versus what you see yourself as? In other words, let's see, type CDs you see versus.
No, I understand what you're saying. What type people see you as? Okay, I got great advice. So I wanted to be a really intense actress.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Susan. Is she saying what casting directors? I see. What casting directors see you?
Got it. Yes. Yeah, I'm with you. So I wanted to be a really intense actress. I was working with a coach in LA, and I wanted to be seen like as a Jennifer Jason Leigh kind of really intense indie actress. And she's like, okay, not with that haircut, with my little bob. She's like, here's your exercise this week. Go to somebody you know who is not in the business. And I went to a woman who worked at a high school, my friend Sean, and ask them say to Sean, what is it that you love about what I do? So I went to Sean and I asked her, and she went, oh, what I love about what you do is you make everybody happy. Everything you do is so cheerful and lovely and pretty, and you just make everybody happy. And I went back to my acting coach and I told her, and she said, just embrace it. And it was interesting because I thought I was a certain type, and I wasn't. And there's a wonderful blessing to get to play the roles that make everybody happy. Do you know, just embrace it. So I would say it doesn't mean that you don't have range. It doesn't mean that I don't get to play that mean character sometimes, or a character like Sally Bowles, who's big drug addict. You get those juicy characters every once in a while, but they still fall into that like cheerful, wayful thing that was my type. So I would say go to somebody who is not in the industry and ask them, what 10 movie roles would you have cast me in movies that you know? Right. And that will tell you very quickly how people see you. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's things you can do. You can change your hairstyle. You can take your acting classes, and it will add to your bag of tricks. But there is nothing wrong with embracing and simply expanding on who you are naturally and how people see you.
100%. I agree. 100%. I can't tell you. I can't tell you how thankful I am that you did this for us, for Studio Tenn, for the theater, for me. I mean, just to hang out with you. I love you so much. You are just absolutely amazing. I want you to give big hugs to your daughters and big hugs to your husband. And thank you. And we will. And I'm going to say during one of the other shows what we are doing together at Studio Tenn.
Good. I can't wait.
I love you. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Wow. Oh man, I can't. This format, getting to talk to these friends, these people that are so talented, as you can see, is just amazing. So, like I said at the top of the show, tonight we are announcing the winners of our virtual musical theater contest. Here we go. If I had a drum roll, I would give a drum roll. We are going to start with the youth category first. Now, this was an incredible category. The submissions in this category from these young kids was amazing. And the top two were so good and so close that we said at Studio Tenn, we said, you know something? We're going to both make them first place. So there is no second place. We have 2 first place winners, and they are Mia Blaze Campbell with Journey to the Past, okay? And congratulations to her, amazing. And then we have Riley West, The Wizard and I. Awesome submission, guys. We are gonna talk to you later. Congratulations, again, phenomenal, okay? Now we're gonna move on to the teen category. Again, equally amazing submissions. And we're going to start with our second place first, and that goes to Sam Holt with You'll Be Back from Hamilton. Congratulations, Sam. Way to go. And now our first place, which goes to Gracie Youngman with Vanilla Ice Cream. Congratulations, Gracie. I love that song. I think I told you in our critique that my father won the Tony Award for that show, She Loves Me. And we'll talk to you later, too. And moving on to our family category, this category was amazing. And I'll talk more about that on Friday's show, about how this contest came to be. But that category was about family members, all quarantined in their homes, coming together creatively and bonding together as a family. And both of these submissions were equally as strong and so wonderful. In second place, We have the Bader family with Wouldn't It Be Lovely? And it was incredible. They did a parody of that song, and we're going to show it on our show on Friday. Absolutely amazing. And then our first place, we have the Addams Family, ladies and gentlemen, with opening up. Congratulations to all the winners, to all the people that submitted. It was an incredible contest. We are so proud of it, and I hope you guys had a great time doing it together. So that is that. Like I said, please tune in on Friday for our special Studio 10 talks. And we're going to talk to the winners, hopefully, and we're going to show videos and all that. And then next Sunday, we have my really good friend from the original Rent, Tony nominee, Adam Pascal. You guys have been amazing. You can, in the theater and here at Studio 10, we're all doing this because we just want to connect with the community. We want to connect with our patrons. We want to connect with everybody. That's what we're doing. And we survive on ticket sales and donations. And right now we can't sell any tickets. So whatever you feel in your heart, there is no donation that is too small, and there is no donation that is too large. But if you can, it would be great. But thank you so much. You can do it at studio10talks.com. You can support Studio 10 by messaging Studio 10 to 202-858-1233 or by visiting studio10talks.com. Thank you so much. Please be safe out there. Be healthy. And we end with a song, of a musical theater song to say goodbye. And I thought, what would be the most apropos? Well, I think in honor of my mom, Shirley Jones. Good night, my someone. Good night, my love. Good night, everybody.